Welcome to the Rohan Village Trilogy. In this first part, you will learn how to make these little houses in a simple way. So very welcome to... Alright, so I'll tell you how this began. It started with me building this little landscape of the three hunters. And when I painted Legolas, Gimli and Aragorn for this little diorama, I also painted some riders of Rohan. But to this day, they are still homeless.
Rohirrim! Sire, what has happened? Where is Rohan? Theoden, wait! My king, talk to me. Where is it?
Don't worry, Theoden, I will build you Rohan, so that you and all your little dudes here can be happy again. Landscapes I've built many, but houses I've built none so far. So I thought that would be a good place to start. And my best idea was to copy my own technique of building these hobbit hole facades and see if I could simply translate that into Rohan houses. And this is a simple process. We only need air drying clay, coffee stirrers, acrylic paint and some liquid nails glue. And I'm doing this in 10mm scale, but you can of course scale it up and down as you like. Here I made some templates in cardboard to cut the clay, and templates for several different house types. Then I used the hobby knife to cut out some woodwork, doors and little windows. I'm not being too precise here, and you will see what I at least think is the benefit of this later. And then the great puzzle process of clay pieces and coffee stirrers begins. And here you can see that the facades are bulging a little bit, and they are a little bit uneven here and there. And I kind of like this, because if you look at buildings from old, they are not very straight. They are bulging and uneven. They're not built by building companies, and they're not always standing on very firm ground. And they are weighed down by heavy thatched roofs. They will bulge. They will be crooked. You can also not go too crooked, because then the puzzle will simply be impossible to play. And I noticed very quickly that I needed a sticky glue for this, so that the pieces could fit together instantly. You build your house structure up until it's roof time, and before you start that, you let the glue cure. Then you bring out the air drying clay again. And here I'm using a texture roller that I got for maybe $5, but you could of course cut this thatched roof texture out with your hobby knife too. And as you can see, I'm eyeballing the measurements here, because I'm lazy, but also because I like the organic and not so precise look that we get out of that. And then it's simply a matter of fitting the thatched roof into place. Be gentle with your fingertips here so that you don't destroy the texture. And from this point you can just freestyle the details of the house as you wish. And while you watch me doing that, I would like to say a couple of words about being a grown man building his own little fantasy toys. It is so freeing. It is like taking the part of the ego that wants to look cool and have status and just flush it down the toilet. I remember when I met my girlfriend and a friend of hers asked, "What does Erik do, really?" And she got quiet for a while and then she said, "I don't know really, but I think he's building some kind of little wizard landscapes." And I love that. That's exactly who I want to be. So, for Christmas last year, I gave my girlfriend a wizard landscape with LED lights. It was awesome. For the windows here, you can see me using the kind of net that women always wear over their face on funerals in movies. Use your own imagination here depending on which scale you're working in. When it comes to the painting, I feel I come a very long way with just black and white, which I mix into different shades of grey, 50 maybe. A brown can help. This is burnt umber. This is a raw sienna. Then I had some golden yellow and a very bright yellow. This is called Naples yellow. I am far from an experienced medieval house painter. Except from the little house you saw in the Three Hunters diorama in the beginning, these are the first houses I've ever painted. So I'm very grateful here for all your input and advice when it comes to the paint job. Here you can see it was snowing when I did the painting and it was very cozy. Even cozier with a big cup of Chico coffee. So feel very free to critique this paint job in the comments, that would mean a lot to me. Here you can see me just washing it over with one of my homemade washes from diluted acrylic paint to get the shade into the recesses. A first brush of the thatched roof with a very bright hay-like yellow, and we can start to see these nice textures coming out. Then I am brushing over the woodwork with a brighter grey. Quite a lot of paint on the brush here. I want to hit most of it. Continuing with experimenting here, bringing out the more golden look on the hay with the golden yellow brush. And then a final dry brush with a white. And with these final brush strokes, this little house project is coming to an end. I'm not an architect. Or, well, sort of, but I'm a landscape architect. So for being buildings, I feel very fine with this result. And I'm of course very curious what you think. But the big wonder in me is how this will land with Theoden and his people. Well, both the peasants and the riders of Rohan seems quite happy with their houses. But who is this ranger now?
Riders of Rohan! What news from the mark?
Oh no, Theoden is still sad, but I will build him a landscape in the next video. Please let me know what you thought about this build in the comments, and like and subscribe if you want more. I hope to see you soon again. Take care.